Hello and good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday morning from the lovely Southern California where it's already 5 billion million degrees outside. Yay! Okay, let's get right to stats. My name is Michelle. I had gastric bypass surgery on... One of these days I'll say it so much I'll get good at it, I swear. I had gastric bypass surgery on July 6th, 2017 at St. Bernardine's Hospital in San Bernardino, California with Dr. Fedorka, who's not my favorite person this week, but we'll get into that later. My high weight in August of 2016 was 365 pounds. My surgery weight was 332.2 pounds. Last week, my week 2, I came at you at 317.8 pounds, and this week I'm coming at you at 314.6 pounds, which is a weekly loss of 3.2 pounds, a since surgery loss of 17.6 pounds, a since surgery average weekly loss, which is something I always wanted to know when I watched people's videos, so I'm going to do that. A since surgery average weekly loss of 5.9 pounds a week, and a total loss of 50.4 pounds from my highest weight. Yay! Yay for 50 pounds lost. I'm so happy about that. It's weird because like 50 pounds is a lot, you know, but I don't really feel it. I took a picture last week of me doing one of my first videos and then my face doing my last video, and it seemed like there was a difference, but it was subtle, and I guess it just at this weight 50 pounds just is sort of a drop in the bucket. I mean, not really, like, excuse me, this is one of the joys of gastric bypass. I just had something to drink and it's like gurgling its way down. I mean, 50 pounds isn't that bad. Like if I wanted to lose 200 pounds, that's a quarter of the weight I have to lose. You know, so that's not bad. It's just that it doesn't really show up that much. This week I'm noticing a little bit. I cheated. I wasn't gonna measure myself until a month out, but I was having a rough time at the beginning of the week, and I wasn't losing any weight, and so I measured myself to give myself something to hang on to, and I noticed I lost like 1.5 inches in my waist or something. So I've noticed that things are fitting a little bit better around the waist. Hips are about the same. Like when I put a t-shirt on, it used to be that my midsection would kind of like, you know, like hit the t-shirt, and now it's just going straight down, so that's good. Next week will be my 4-week video, but it will also be close to my 1 month, so I guess it'll be the week after that I'll have the measurements for you. So anyway, big thing to talk about this week, and it was like such a huge drama, and it's weird because it's mostly over now, and now I feel stupid, but it was a really huge drama. I was in terrible pain this week. I talked about it last week. I had this horrible pain to the left of my belly button, and last week it got so bad. It was just excruciating. It was 9 or 10. Anytime I moved a certain way, bent to the left, bent over at all, even going to the bathroom was hard because you have to press a little bit to you know, relieve your bladder. And it was just, and then when I just sitting upright was agony. So the whole process was just horrible, and so I'd hold it until I absolutely had to go. But then I felt like I couldn't get everything out because I couldn't press, and it was just absolute agony, and I was crying. You know, it was like I felt so good that Friday, and I did the video, and I took that walk, we had that fun walk together, and I felt so good. But then just Friday afternoon, all hell broke loose. I mean, I had done the walk, and I cooked, and I had a really good morning, and then just all hell broke loose. And then I only had 1 dose left of my pain medicine, and so I took it, and that helped, but it didn't really like get rid of it. I mean, it kind of took the edge off, but man, it was still there. And then after that, I didn't have any pain medicine, and it was so bad I was considering going to the emergency room because I was like, I've given myself a hernia somehow, I'm falling apart, you know. So I finally wrote to the surgeon, my surgeon, Dr. Fedorka, and I explained to him what the pain was. And I mean, it was extending from my left of my belly button all the way back to my hip, and sometimes even wrapping around up in my back. And as like I said, it was just like a piercing, stinging, burning, horrible, horrible, make me cry pain. And so I wrote to him and I told him my pain level was like at a 9 or 10. And then he got back to me Monday morning, because I wrote on Sunday, like I just couldn't wait anymore. And he got back to me Monday morning and just basically blew me off and said, that's where they cut through the muscle and it's going to hurt, and put some hot compresses on it, which is just like saying, you know, leave me alone, and take pain medicine if you have it, and, you know, screw you and see you later. And so I was really upset. I mean, I don't know what I expected him to say, like, oh my gosh, that's terrible, poor you, I know it hurts, you know, something a little more human or something, you know. It felt like, because I was in so much pain, and it felt like he was just taking it lightly. And I get it, because then I like scoured the internet to see if other people who'd had gastric bypass had that pain, because I haven't heard anybody talk about it on YouTube or on Instagram ever. And so, and apparently, you know, according to the internet, it is common, and people explained, because their surgeons were nice enough to explain to them a little bit more, that what they do is they put like extra stitches in there to prevent you from getting a hernia. And so when it pulls on it, it hurts like, you know, it hurts like a feather mucker. But I was really calmed down to know that other people had felt it, but I was sure when I was going through it that there was just no way that it was ever going to end. It was never going to end. It was always going to hurt like that. My surgeon was a dick. And so then I asked him after I wrote him, and I was like, well, do you think it warrants a refill of pain medicine? Because I'm scared to death of being written down as a pill seeker. As a drug seeker, that's what I'm looking for, as a drug seeker. Because once you're written down as a drug seeker, like, you can never get pain medicine again, or they're going to be really highly suspect of you. And so, like, even just asking for pain medicine, even if you need it, becomes this scary thing. But, you know, so I, like, was trying to be, like, a little cagey about it. And I was like, well, do you think it warrants a refill? And his response was, well, it's up to you. You could get a refill, or you could just take Tylenol. So I tried to take Tylenol, and I was taking a buttload of Tylenol, which is really bad for your liver. And I said, okay, that's it. I give Uncle. So on Wednesday, I wrote to him and I said, can I put in a refill for my pain or can you put in a refill for my pain medicine? And I called the prescription and had them do it. And of course, they aren't going to be able to fill it until Monday. But then he wrote back and said, yeah, I had the physician's assistant put in a refill for you, which is also sort of like, screw you. Talk to the physician's assistant. My time is way too important because I'm a big surgeon. So, like I said, not my favorite person this week. And, you know, and then miraculously, I woke up yesterday and it was like, it never was. I mean, I still hurt, like, I can, if I run my fingers over my belly in that spot, it's still tender to the touch, and I can't lay on my left side yet because it hurts. And if I try to use my lower abs for anything, it hurts, but it's like a slight pinch. It's not anything near what it was. It's just enough to let me know, don't do that. But, like, I can bend over and I can walk around and I'm not, you know, a total mess, and I can go to the bathroom and everything, and it's fine. And it's just like, and that's kind of what a couple of people on the internet said, is like, it hurts and hurts and hurts like hell until it doesn't. And that was my experience. So now I've got this pending pain medicine, and I think I'll get it just in case something like unhinges and everything goes to hell. Like, I'll go ahead and get the pain medicine. But it was just, God, it was such a drama. Ugh. And I feel kind of dumb now because I was all over Instagram complaining about it. I was just so in it. You know, like, I'm sure a lot of you who've had surgery, and for those of you who don't, like, when you feel that kind of pain, like, that's all you can feel. That's all you can think about. And now that it's mostly gone, that it's, I'd say, 85% gone, it's like, God, what was I thinking? Like, it was no big deal, you know. So I guess I gotta check my time here. I guess I need to just give myself some slack, because pain is tough. Pain is really tough. And And it was, like I said, it was 9 or 10, and I'm no sissy. It was agonizing. It really was. And then it was bad because my youngest nephew was here, and he's 14. He was visiting my mom and I, and like, we couldn't do anything, you know, like, because I was just in so much pain, and he's 14, and it's like hanging out with people who just sit on the damn couch all the time. Well, I just couldn't do anything. My mom is elderly, and it's like I felt so bad for him, and I don't know even know why he had to be here for so long. He was supposed to be here for 9 days, and it's like, I know he loves us, but at 14, spending 9 days with people who can't really get out of the chair, and is like, it would just be a nightmare. Maybe not a nightmare, but it would be a real pain in the butt. And he was really a trooper. He didn't get too much attitude. And then on Wednesday we went out to see SpiderMan, and I was like, I'm gonna freaking get out of this house, because I haven't really been out of the house much since surgery because of all the pain. And we saw Spider-Man, which I really wasn't thrilled about seeing in the first place, but it was the only thing that it's at this little like podunk $5 theater that we have. And it was just horrible. The movie, I can't say about the movie, I didn't really give it a fair shot because I was in terrible pain. Just sitting up in the seat was horrible pain. I was sitting there the entire time praying, literally praying, please God, let this movie be over. And then like every action scene that would happen, I'm like, okay, that's the last one. Okay, that's the last one. Okay, that's the last one. And so, I mean, I can't really give a fair review of the movie or anything because and then I would like close my eyes a couple of times and try to nod off so that the pain wouldn't be so bad. And it was just, and then we were supposed to go to have Mexican food afterwards so I could eat beans because I'm still on pureed food. And I just couldn't, like, I was so exhausted, like bone tired after the movie, which also pissed me off because all I did was leave the house and then to go sit somewhere else. And then I was bone tired, exhausted, and I couldn't make it. So that was really hard. And then the pain continued until yesterday. And then, of course, when my nephew's here, he and my mom are like eating all the crazy stuff, like chips and soda and stuff. And fast food, and it was not hard in the sense that I necessarily wanted to eat all of that stuff, but I felt weirdly left out. Hold on.